Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and it's been a while since we've done a tier list, so I thought let's get it dark, let's get gritty. Let's do a tier list on every demon in Hearthstone history, rating them from S to F, S being the absolute god tier demons that have kicked some serious butt in Hearthstone history, and F being utter failures that never really saw any play, and you just would rather create dust rather than have them, be demons. So let's get going with yet another tier list. So we have Lord Jaraxxus, the ultimate, classic demon legendary. It's a 9-mana, 3/15 minion, but you transform your hero and you become Jaraxxus, and he comes equipped with a 3/8 weapon. You get a 6/6 Abyssal for 2 mana at the click of a button. Ultimate late game value. Unfortunately, you set your health to 15. And in today's Hearthstone, that is a death sentence. He used to be like an S tier demon, but kind of just can't see any play anymore. So I'm crushed to say he's a B, but he's S tier in flavor, animation, nostalgia, all of that, but you just can't really play him without dying anymore. And that makes me really sad. Next we have Wrathguard, 2-mana 4/3 demon that takes basically anytime he takes damage. It also damages your hero for that amount. So if he gets hit for 6, he takes 6 damage. You get Shield Slam for 60, you're dead. Staple in certain Zoo decks. Even Warlock liked him because you could play him on 2, take some damage. You want to take damage in Even Lock, and seen a decent amount of play. I'll put him in the B as well. See some play, but overall kind of fringish, not exactly the most insane card you've ever seen. Next, we have Unlicensed Apothecary. One of the worst demons ever printed. It's a 3-mana 5/5. After you summon a minion, deal 5 damage to your hero. Basically, he's shown up as in Trolls, like when you get trolled in a video where you give it to your opponent and you summon a bunch of stuff and they die. But overall, unbelievably bad card. The stats don't exactly make up for the upside or the downside of completely killing yourself if you want to play any minion ever. Absolute fail of a card, but it's led to some spectacular highlights over the years. Next, we have Rift Cleaver, another Warlock demon. It's a 6-mana 7/5 battle cry, destroy a minion, and your hero takes damage equal to its health, when it kills. So if you kill a 9 health minion, you take 9 damage. There's just so much better removal options in Warlock, and the damage you take is you just can't recover from. I've seen it in really fringe Reno Lock decks, but I'm still gonna give it an F just because you just can't play it. You just die, and the body itself, compared to Rottnest Drake, Rottnest is a 6-mana 6/5 dragon that kills something, although randomly, with no killing yourself part, and it's cheaper and basically the same body. The downside's too big. I've never really seen it see competitive play. I just can't really give it that go. Next, we have Malkazar's Imp. It's a 1-mana 1/3 demon for Warlock. Whenever you discard a card, draw a card. Absolutely insane demon. It's just always made discard Warlock, that archetype, pretty good. It's premium stats with upside. It's a demon. It draws cards. Disco Lock is really good in Wild right now even, and it's a big part of it. And yeah, very, very solid card. Next, we have Tiny Knight of Evil. It's a 2-mana 3/2 Warlock demon. Every time you discard a card, gain +1/+1. Again, just mentioned Malkazar's Imp. This guy's really good too. Not quite at the level of Malkazar's Imp. Malkazar's Imp is ridiculous. Card draw is strong, and it fuels your Tiny Knight of Evil. If you don't have a Malkazar's Imp type of card to fuel it, then your Tiny Knight of Evil isn't as great. A very powerful card, can snowball ridiculously out of control, but definitely not like an S tier demon. It's kind of below that. Then we have the start of the Demon Hunter demons. We have Urzulhor. 1-mana 2/1, added 2/1 to your death rattle, added 2/1 lost soul to your hand. It's another demon. It's a middle-of-the-road demon. There's just better stuff to do in Demon Hunter. Better 1-drops. You rather play stuff that buffs your stuff or infinitely scales and Lowly Squire and all that stuff. It's okay. Not bad. Not great. Then we have Satyr Overseer, another Demon Hunter demon. It's a 3-mana 4/2 demon. After your hero attacks, summon a 2/2 Satyr. This is in every mid-range, tempo, aggressive Demon Hunter deck since it started. It's super strong. Effectively a 4-mana 6/4, or if you can attack for free, a 3-mana 6/4 that, if not answered, just snowballs completely out of control. I'm going to give it a high A. I don't think it's quite S tier on its own, but it's super close. Very powerful card. And, It's one of the one Demon Hunter cards that escaped a nerf. Can it truly be S tier? I don't know. But I'll give it an A. Then we have Wrath Spike Brute, another Demon Hunter demon. It has taunt, and after this is attacked, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Don't know if I've really seen it play. I've seen it like some people try like Highlander Demon Hunter and try like a one of this. It's okay. I mean, it's got AoE attached to it, but your opponents get to kind of manipulate it, which makes it a lot worse. The body kind of sucks, and when you're playing Demon Hunter, do you really care about playing taunts and surviving? You just want to kill people. And you don't really care about this card, so I'm going to give it a C. Just doesn't really see much play, and yeah, I'm not like super duper impressed by it. Speaking of not impressed, we have Void Analyst. This is a 2-mana 2/2 demon for Warlock. Death Rattle, give all demons in your hand +1/+1. I don't think I've ever seen someone hard run this in their deck, and if they did, what are you doing? Why are you running this card? It's absolutely terrible. I'll give it an F. It's just like, you need to have demons in hand and not dump them. I mean, you typically want to do that in like a zoo deck. It just doesn't work. It's just garbage. I'm giving it an F. Then we have Mal'Ganis. I am not a turtle. Is that his voice line? Something like that. Or I am a turtle. He's a turtle. 9 mana, 9/7 demon. Give your other demons have +2/+2, and your hero is immune. The ultimate anti-fatigue card, and all that stuff. Super powerful demon, and you rarely have to pay 9 mana for him. You usually get him for free, whether it be through like Void Caller or Skull the Minari. But even if you have to play him, it's not the worst. Your opponent has to deal with it, and when you keep bringing them back and all that stuff, it's a super powerful card. S tier demon all the way. Staple in like Q-Block, Reno Lock. Tons of demon decks over the years. Super awesome flavor. I mean, he's really OP, but it's never felt really that bad, unless you kind of cheat him out. But love the card, love the flavor, love the power level. Super awesome demon. And then we have Doubling Imp. It's a 3-mana 2/2 demon. Summons a copy of this minion, so it summons a copy of itself. This was like a staple in like Keleseth Zoo for quite a while. You would Keleseth, and then it would be a 3/3 or a 4/4 depending, and then you had like Soul Infusion if it was on the left side of your hand, and then you had like you could get like ridiculous giant Doubling Imps. But after the Serenite Chain Gang nerf happened, Keleseth and this type of archetype fell off a bit, and hasn't really seen much play ever since. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a C, because in Wild, this is unplayable garbage. In Standard, it had its run in time, but it was a very short run, and on its own, it wasn't really the strongest. It was more of the other broken stuff, mainly Keleseth, that really carried it to be like the card that it was for that short period of time. Next, we have Aranasi Broodmother, a 6-mana 4/6 demon with taunt for Warlock, and when you draw it, restore 4 health to your hero. So you see this play in like every quest lock variant, because, well, you like to play Plot Twist and you'd like to draw this and heal, and Warlock likes to heal. It works well with Sense Demons, and a lot of good stuff. It's a really good demon. It's just, you don't really ever want to play it for the most part. You want to get the healing, but worst comes to worst, you play it for 6. Sometimes you play it for 0, and it just does good stuff. Very strong. I'll give it a low A. It's seen a ton of play. It just does good stuff. Next, we have Void Daddy, or Void Lord. 9 mana, 3/9 taunt, Death Rattle. Summon 3 1/3 demons with taunt, so 3 Void Walkers. This guy's been in every, like, mana cheat Warlock deck since Kobolds came out, and I don't see that changing. Some people have cut it for, like, other taunts at times, but it's an OG staple in that regard. S tier all the way. How many times have you seen a billion Void Lords on board, and it crushed your hopes and dreams of ever hitting your opponent in the face again? He's pretty good at doing that. Then we have Netherspite Buster. Is that what it's called? Is that what this card is called? No, Nether Soul Buster. It's a 3-mana 1/5 battle cry. Gain 1 attack for each damage your hero has taken this turn. I think I saw this played once in like a Hurtlock, like Zoo Hurtlock deck, and it seemed terrible. I have not seen it played basically ever. It's just not good enough. A 3-mana 1/5 is bad. Yeah, you life tap and it's a 3-mana 3/5, but it's not good enough. And even with some like damage enabling cards, it's never been a meta card, despite some decent synergies out there for it. Then we have another Demon Hunter demon, Shadowhoof Slayer, 1 mana 2/1 battle cry. Give your hero +1 attack this turn. It's pretty good. It's a 1 mana 3/1 effectively when you play it, because like you get +1 attack, activates your other attack synergy cards in Demon Hunter. There's just better 1-drops. That's basically the issue. It's good. It'd be probably good if the other 1-drops didn't exist, but they do. So I will give it a B. I don't think it's like it's this guy. It's better than this guy, but it's not quite, you know, good enough to see a lot of meta play. But yeah, it's solid for sure. Then we have Doomguard, 5 mana, 5/7, charge demon for Warlock, and Battlecry, discard 2 cards from your hand. So he sees play on like Cube Lock and in Discard Lock, and has been staples there for most of its turning. Some people don't like Doomguard and Cube Lock. I think you're wrong. You want to kill your opponent. Frobro says it best, in my opinion. You want to kill people. It's the best card in the deck. Doomguard's S tier. He's been an aggro staple, a Cube Lock staple. You can do cool combos with him if you build your deck around it, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, super strong card, and in multiple variants, right? Multiple archetypes. It's truly a sign of an S tier demon. So I'll actually bump him above these guys just because he's in so many decks. Speaking of in so many decks, just kidding, this card sees play in absolutely none that I've ever seen and hope to never see, is Void Crusher, a 6 mana 5/4 Warlock Demon. Inspire, so hero power, destroy a random minion for each player, which could include itself. Yeah, it's an F. Like, it's horribly statted, the effect is unreliable and terrible, and you just can't ever play this. It's almost as bad as this guy, but not quite. Not quite. Next, we have Imprisoned Observer. This is one of the dormant minions, demons. This one's for Mage. It's a 3 mana 4/5. It goes dormant for 2 turns, and when it awakens, deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. Sees a lot of play right now in Standard in Reno Mage, but it might die off a little bit with the Demon Hunter nerfs. We'll see. It does line up really well with Demon Hunter cards. And, you know, it's an AoE on 5, and you get a good-sized body. The body, people kind of don't realize, it's pretty nice to get for Mage. You don't have a lot of early game minions. And Wild doesn't see a ton of play, but overall, I'll give it a relatively high B. It's not quite, you know, that meta-warping or defining, but it's a solid one of in Reno Mage, so I'll give it a little bit of love, but not enough to give it an A. And then we have Void Caller, a 4 mana 3/4 demon for Warlock. Death Rattle, summon a random demon from your hand and bring it to the battlefield. This is probably the strongest demon ever made. I can't see it not being the best demon ever made. You see it when your opponent coins it from out of Warlock. There's a Void Lord on the way. There's a Mal'Ganis. There's a Doomguard. There's something big coming, and you're going to lose if you can't silence it, transform it, something. It's just been in every Warlock deck in Wild ever since they've really introduced the Cobalt set. And I think it will continue to be in almost every Warlock deck outside of like Mecha'thun and Discard Lock until like the end of time. The card is just ridiculously busted. And yeah, definitely worthy of a top S tier mark. Next, we have Fellstalker, formerly known as Succubus. It's a 2 mana 4/3 Battlecry. Discard a random card from your hand. Sees play in like Discard Lock, because like, you know, it discards cards. So overall, you know, good, not bad. But not really like warping, defining part of that deck. Just good in it. I guess kind of like the Imprisoned Observer. Not anything spectacular. Then we have, next we have Flame Imp, 1 mana 3/2 demon for Warlock, Battlecry. Deal 3 damage to your own hero. Yeah, just a staple in like every zoo deck, literally ever. Discard Warlock runs it, because it's a 1 mana 3/2. It's good. You kind of just gotta give it the S tier. Malchezaar's Imp style of just really good aggressive card. You can put it in different types of mid-range or zoo-ish decks, and yeah, I think it's gonna be around basically forever the way it looks like that card's going. Next we have Enhanced Dreadlord, an 8 mana 5/7 demon with Taunt for Warlock. Death Rattle, it summons a 5/5 Dreadlord with Lifesteal. This card's been really good in like Cube Lock. It sees a lot of play there. Not everyone runs it. Some people choose to run Void Lord instead. Some people choose to run this guy instead. And you can put him in like your Reno Lock and cheat him out. Very strong. You know, like to get through the taunt, well, there's a 5/5 lifesteal behind. You kind of don't want to ignore that. And it's good healing for the Warlock. So kind of a more surprising demon. I thought it would see play. I thought it would see play more in Reno Lock, but you see play in a lot more with Cube Lock than I ever would have imagined. Then we have Dreadsteed. This guy was actually nerfed at one point, mainly because apparently the file broke him. But it's a 4 mana 1/1 Warlock demon, so terrible stats. And at the end of your turn, summon a Dreadsteed. It's really cool card. The animation's awesome. The artwork on it's great. But I'm sorry, this guy's never been competitive. He's just bad. But I do love him. He's really cool, but it's kind of a fail. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dreadsteed. You're just kind of a fail. Then we have Howl Fiend, 3 mana, 3/6 demon. Whenever this takes damage, discard a card from your hand. So I remember back when this card came out, and with Quest, Dog played it, and like Quest discard the Warlock and did some stupid stuff. And then of course you have Treachery Warlock, and even people put him in Disco Lock today because like literally discarding cards is almost always an upside. So just playing a 3 mana 3/6, and then you end up drawing 3 cards and fisting your opponent with Jiraxis. Seems pretty good. So I'll actually give him a low B. He's just seen so much play and has done some pretty crazy stuff. You know, it's kind of surprising. Next, we have the Queen of Pain. This was actually the card that was Succubus. I don't know why I thought Bellstalker was. But regardless, it's a 2 mana 1/4 demon with lifesteal, and it sucks. I don't think I've ever seen it played, and it's kind of just garbage. I'll give it an F. The stat line sucks. The lifesteal effect, just not good enough. It's just bad. Then we have Floating Watcher, a 5 mana 4/4 demon. Every time your hero takes damage, gain +2/+2. Really awesome arena card back in the day. And he's got a sick voice line. He goes, "Yes!" every time he takes damage, but not quite good enough. Never really seen much ladder play, but I'll give him a C. He's not like egregious or anything, just not powerful enough to really see that relevant play. Then we have one of the newer demons for Warlock, which is Dark Glare. It's a 3 mana 3/4. After your hero takes damage, refresh 2 crystals. I've seen like a self-damaging Zoolock in Wild that really pops with this card, especially like Kobold Librarian and things like that. This is a very powerful card. It just hasn't really found that deck yet. So I'll give it a B. It's a very, very good card. Premium stats with a pretty insane upside that can let you do a lot of mana cheat. Especially if you have like 2 of these on board at once, it could get ridiculous. But overall, just hasn't really found that home in like a meta-defining deck yet. Then we have Chaos Gazer. It's a 3 mana 4/3 demon. Corrupt a Battle Cry, or it's a Battle Cry. Corrupt a playable card in your opponent's hand. They have 1 turn to play it. It's like a combo hate card, hate lock card. It's okay, but has not really seen a heck of a lot of play. I'll put it as a C. It's not bad, but doesn't really see enough to make it worth putting as a higher mark. Then we have Imprison Antin. This is originally a 5 mana demon for Demon Hunter, and now it's 6 mana 10/6 dormant for 2 turns. When it awakens, deal 10 damage and randomly split amongst all enemies. This card was breaking the game in like Odd Demon Hunter and Aggro Demon Hunter and Standard. Ridiculous, but now it's, you know, it's okay. It's probably really good in like any other class, but now it just doesn't see any play in any format. So I'll give it a C. At 5, though, it was like an S tier demon. It was ridiculous. And then we have the Dormant Druid Demon, Imprisoned Satire. It stays dormant for 2 turns, and when it awakens, reduce the cost of a random minion in your hand by 5. Dane loves this card. I keep seeing Dane play it in his combo druid decks. But outside of Dane, and I haven't really seen it much at the standard, it's just not really good enough. 3 mana, do nothing is pretty painful in a lot of aggressive metas. And there's just better mana cheat ways to go about it in Wild. In Standard, there's just not a lot of combo stuff you can do. You can try and maybe do a Malagos thing. I just haven't really seen it work. So I'll give it a high C. It's not bad, just not good enough. And yeah, just not quite there. And then we have Priestess of Fury, Demon Hunter Demon, 7 mana 6/5, was a 6/7. At the end of your turn, deal 6 damage, randomly split amongst all enemies. Was S tier, now it's bumped down to more of a B tier. It's like a one-off. It's like sometimes throwing it on Demon Hunter, but a little bit too slow. It's crazy how 2 health that makes that much of a difference, but when it's that much easier to remove, it's just not worth the snowball effect. We have Fearsome Doomguard. This is a neutral. Oh no, it's a Warlock. Warlock demon. You would assume it's neutral. 7 mana 6/8 demon. Literally never seen play. It's a lot of stats, but like your demons need to be more than that. So give it an F. We have Battle Fiend. This was a 1 mana 2/2 when it came out. Now it's a 1 mana 1/2. After your hero attacks, gain +1 attack. It's in every Demon Hunter deck. It's ridiculous. It's super strong. It's S tier. Bonkers card. I can't believe it was a 2/2. Like, what the hell? We have Witchwood Imp. It's a 1 mana 1/1 demon. After it dies, it gives you a friendly minion +2 health. It's in some zoo decks for a bit, but I'll get a low C. Then we have Fel Tror Beltrug. I don't know how to say that, but it's an 8 mana 5/7 demon. Whenever you draw a minion, you summon a copy of it with Rush, and it dies at the end of the turn. So people put in like greedy cube blocks where you like plot twist, and then you like summon Void Lords and stupid stuff like that, and then you get the Death Rattle from it. Overall, it's a greed card. It's a greed card you could throw into some like decks like that, but overall, It's never been really worth running. It's just not that great. Super greedy. I can't give it more than a high C. Then we have another newer Warlock Demon, Nightshade Matron, 4 mana 5/5 rush, Battlecry, discard your highest cost card, effectively making it sure that your Hand of Gul'dan is always discarded and you draw 3 cards along with your 4 mana 5/5 rush. Absolutely batshit crazy card. This is a card that has made Disco Lock like just so stupid in Wild. I gotta give it an S right now. It's a 4 mana 5/5 with rush with basically no downside. Unless you're hitting like a Doomguard. And even then, you don't really care. It's just ridiculous. Then we have Siegebreaker, 7 mana 5/8 demon for Warlock. It has Taunt. It gives your other demons +1 attack. That you just don't care. I've never seen the see competitive play. It's an F. Jumbo Imp, 10 mana 8/8 demon. For every demon that's died while it's in your hand, it costs 1 less. So, yay. You can mana cheat out a demon, or you just play Voidcaller and do it right away. Even in Zoo and Standard, this thing never saw play. I mean, you'd think you would want to mana cheat it, but it has to be in your hand, and it's 10 mana. So, like, if it's not even close to being in your hand at the beginning, it's just going to take forever to cheat out. It's never worth it. It's kind of another F. I've never seen it see competitive play, ever. We have Void Terror. It's a 3 mana 3/3 demon. Destroys 2 adjacent minions, and it consumes its stats. It was, like, decent at some point in Hearthstone history. You could dump it, gain a lot of stats, and that used to be good. Nowadays, just a bunch of stats is usually too easy to answer, and it's not quite that strong, so I'll give it, like, a high C. It saw play at some point, but it's totally fallen off the mark. We have Abyssal Enforcer, 7 mana 6/6 demon for Warlock. Battlecry, deal 3 damage to all characters, so like Hellfire on a body. Really good demon. Broke Arena for a long time. Saw a lot of play in Standard while it was out. Wild, not so much these days, but I'm still going to give it an A. It's just historically such a strong demon. And honestly, is not that far off. You just usually have better AoE options, but very good card. We have Voidwalker, 1 mana 1/3 demon with Taunt. I'm not going to put it at the Flame Imp level, because Flame Imp is like good in everything. Voidwalker is just a solid card. It's never felt like super powerful, but it's a 1/3 with Taunt. It's a demon, pretty good. Despicable Dreadlord is 5 mana 4/5 Warlock demon. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Good in like lot of decks, mainly Reno Lock recently, but anytime like Paladin's been meta, it's super good to slay the dudes, and very strong card. I like the flavor. I'll give it a low A. Not really that common these days, but still a very strong card. Then we have another Demon Hunter, Demon Pit Commander, 9 mana 7/9 Taunt, and it recruits a demon out of your deck at the end of the turn. Demon Hunter just has better stuff. It definitely isn't a bad card. It's a huge body that does a crazy thing, but Demon Hunter just doesn't care about this now. The second Demon Hunter is good demon support and can do late game stuff. This card will probably see play. So I'll put a medium C or a low C, but it's not a fail. Like, it's just too stupid a card to not be good at some point. We have Sightless Watcher, 2 mana 3/2 demon for Demon Hunter. Battlecry, look at 3 cards in your deck, choose to put 1 on top, so you'll draw it the next turn. Can be good with Outcast, can tutor, just doesn't see play because there's better options. I'll give it a low B. And then we have Hulking Overfiend, an 8 mana 5/10 rush demon for Demon Hunter. After this attacks and kills a minion, it may attack again. Never seen it see play outside of like Highlander. We'll give it a low C. Again, it's just like the other guy, Pit Commander. It's good, just not good enough to see play. I can't give it an F, but again, not like crazy good. Then we have Dread Infernal, Abyssal Infernal's little brother? Yeah, something like that. Battlecry, deal 1 damage to all other characters. Good arena card. Ladder, pretty much rarely ever. Saw a tiny bit of play in Even Lock, because it like does your Spellstone, but overall, just not really impactful enough. I'll give it a high C for its Even Lock days, but overall, yeah, nothing too insane. Then we have Vulgar Homunculus, 2 mana 2/4 demon for Warlock. Taunt, Battlecry, deal 2 damage to your hero. Even Lock staple, seen play in certain Zoo decks. Very solid demon. I'll give it a low A. He's popped up in too many decks over the years to not really be that good. So, yeah, good demon. Then we have Blood Imp. It's a 1 mana 0/1 demon. At the end of your turn, give another demon +1 attack. I'll put him with Witchwood Imp. They're kind of similar, and they've kind of seen the same amount of fringe play. It has seen play in Zoo over the years, but very, very limited. Then we have Imp Gang Boss, one of my favorite Zoo cards. I just like the flavor of it. It's a 3 mana 2/4 demon. Whenever this takes damage, summon a 1/1 Imp. I'll give it a B. It was like a god tier demon for a very long time, but just isn't good enough anymore. It's been power crept out of the game, but did some really cool stuff in Zoo. And it was one of the first decks I hit Legend with, was like OG Zoo with Imp Game Boss. It's pretty cool. Then we have Cruel the Unshackled. He's 9 mana, 7/9 Highlander Demon. Battlecry, if your deck has no duplicates, summon all demons from your hand. You would think that'd be really powerful, but you can just cheat out demons in Warlock in so many better ways. And then he screws up your like Gul'dan pool, and sometimes you don't want to rip stuff. It's just not worth it, and you don't want to cheat him out either. So, never really been good enough. I'll give it a low B because of its like its days in Reno Lock. It did see some play. It is a cool card, but I'll overrate it just because of nostalgia's sake. Felgar, 3 mana, 3/5 taunt. It Battlecry, destroy one of your crystals. It's just, that just kills it. You can't deramp for Ascension on 3. It's never been good enough, and you don't want to cheat it out. We have Pit Lord, a 4 mana, 5/6. Yeah! Battlecry, deal 5 damage to your hero. Yikes. Fortunately, that much self-damage just is too much. I can't recommend ever playing this card. Another F-tier demon. Quite a lot of them, I must say. Then we have Fiendish Servant. It's a 1 mana, 2/1 demon for Warlock. Death Rattle, give this minion's attack to a random friendly minion. It's alright in certain Zoo decks. I'll give it a low B. It's mostly seen play in Standard, not Wild, but it does see play here and there. We have Hooked Reaver. It's a 4 mana, 4/4 demon. Battlecry, gain +3/+3 and taunt if you have 15 health or less. Staple in Even Lock, and you can just play it in like a lot of different demon variants, but mostly Even Lock because you do life tap one a lot, lower your health. He's seen a lot of play. I'll actually put him right here with Vulgar Homunculus. Just very strong demon. Kind of fallen off in recent times, but, you know, a 4 mana 7/7 with taunts, nothing to laugh about, you know? Then we have Imprisoned Scrap Imp. This guy got nerfed already as well. 2 mana 3/3 Dormant demon. When it awakens after 2 turns, give your demons in your, or minions in your hand +2/+2 originally, and now +2/+1. Was ridiculously strong when it came out, where if you... It was one of the highest win rates I've ever seen if you have it in your mulligan. Something like 70% or more if you drew it. Like, almost better than Keleseth. And now, not so great. I'll put it kind of low B, because you could still play it in, like, certain decks like that in Standard. I've even seen it in Wild a little bit, but yeah, not really what he used to be. He was pretty busted. Next, we have Imprisoned Felma, the Hunter Dormant Demon. It goes dormant for 2 turns. It's a 2 mana 5/4, and when it awakens, it attacks a random enemy. This guy on curve is ridiculous. You play this on 2 or coin it on 1, like, you almost win the game because it's so aggressive. Great stats, and you get either a free trade because it pretty much never dies to anything that early, or you get 5 damage in and you're playing Hunter. You'll love it. I'll give it a high A. It's like Satyr Overseer strength. Very powerful card. Very strong. Then we have Imprisoned Homunculus, the Priest Dormant minion. That goes as a 1 mana 2/5 with taunt. And yeah, when it awakens, it's just a 1 mana 2/5 with taunt. Curves really well into Apotheosis. He's playing like Q Priest right now. Highlander Priest. Solid minion. I'll give it a high B. Just not like amazing. It's just okay. We'll give it a high B. We have Lakari Fellhound. It's a 4 mana 3/8 taunt demon for Warlock. Battlecry, discard 2 random cards from your hand. Sees play in some disco locks. You know, it's big stats, discards, and discard these days. There's really no downside. I'll give him a high B. Sees some play in some disco lock lists, but not every one of them. And then the last class demon is Gnarg? Imprisoned Gnarg for Warrior. It's a 1 mana 2/2, and after it awakens after 2 turns, you get a Fiery War Axe. Really strong play, curve play. Sees play in like Pirate Warrior. It's really good in Arena right now. Another like high B style demon. Just strong, good, but not like busted or broken. Lastly, we're going to look at the neutral demons. We're going to kind of speed run this. We don't want to go too long, and plus most of these are pretty freaking awful. So we have Shriek Trickster. It's a 3 mana 0/7 demon, spell damage +1. Do I need to say more? Absolutely garbage. Never seen it play. F. We have Xavius, formerly known as Illidan, 6 mana 7/5. Every time you play a card, get a 2/1 Satyr. Garb. Trash. Never seen play. Yeah, I can't even justify a C. It makes me sad, but I can't. We have Portal Keeper. 4-mana 5/2 demon, Battlecry, shuffle 3 portals in your deck, get 2/2 with rush. Awful, never seen play, horrendous. Also, its other counterpart, the 5/6 version, Portal Overfiend, that also gives you 2/2s with rush. We'll put them together as a giant fail, because that's what they are. We have Magthridon, a 4-mana 12/12. It summons 3 1/3s, and if you kill them, he clears the board, and you have a 12/12. Not bad. Sees play in, like, Control Demon Hunter and some, like, Control Warriors. I'll put him as, like, a high B or a low medium B. Pretty good card, but, yeah, sees fringe play. Nightmare Amalgam. You've never really played him as a demon, so low C. Why do you need it as a demon? Prince Malkazar. Not competitive, but it's allowed for 35 Lego games, like I've had with Crip. So I'll give him a C as an honorary, but really it's an F. Then we have Disguised Wanderer. It's the 4-mana 3/3 with Death Rattle 9/1. Like, why are you ever putting that in your deck? Another F. Sneaky Devil, 4-mana 2/2. Your other minions have +1 attack. Yikes, terrible. We have this 3-mana 3/7 that summons 3 1/1s. That's nice. F. We have Moarg Artificer. It's a 2-mana 2/4, doubles the spells that each player casts, but only on minions. Really good with, like, lifesteal and AoEs. Really solid card. Has seen a lot of play. Very surprised and happy to see it do well. Sathravar's the 9-mana 5/5 demon. Battlecry, it'll copy a minion and put it on the board, in your hand, and in your deck. Good with, like, Shirvala Pally and in, like, Malagos Druid right now. I'll give it a low B for its combo awesomeness, but overall, not amazing. We have Frenzy Fellwing, originally a 3/3, now 4-mana 3/2. Costs 1 less for each damage dealt to your opponent this turn. Was, like, borderline S tier, now it's a low B. Pops up in a few aggro decks, but overall, not great. Supreme Abyssal's an 8-mana 12/12, crazy stats, but it can't go face, so that's an F. We have Witchwood Piper, it's a 4-mana 3/3 demon. That draws the cheapest minion from your deck. Decent tutor, seen a lot of versatile play. We'll give it a high B. Pops up in a lot of, like, Shutterwalk style decks or something that really wants to tutor. We have Scavenging Shavara. It's a 6-mana 6/3, deals 6 damage randomly split amongst all enemies. Holy crap, all enemy minions. Just garbage, terrible. Void Ripper, 3-mana 3/3, flips the health and attack of every minion on the battlefield. Really good against, like, Spreading Plague back in the day. Had some versatility like Combo Priest. I'll give it a low B. Good demon, good tech card. We have Vile Fiend. It's a 2-mana 2/2 with Lifesteal. Literally never seen it put in a deck. Garbage. We have Imprisoned Vile Fiend, Dormant Demon with 2-mana 3/5. It awakens with Rush. Really good card in, like, whether Q Priest. I play it my Galakron Priest. Not bad. I'll give it a B. Solid card. We have, oh my goodness, this amazing card. We have Mad Summoner. It's a 6-mana 4/4. Fill each other's boards with 1/1 imps. Another fail. Awful card. And then lastly, a Fellsoul Inquisitor, the greatest demon of all. It's a 4-mana 1/6 lifesteal taunt. Complete dog shit. It also gets an F. Unbelievably bad. And there you have it. That is every single demon in Hearthstone history. There are a lot of bad ones, and there's, you know, a good amount of good ones, but overall, demons have been very miss and a little bit hit. And there's some really cool ones. I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming out down the road. But let me know, do you agree or disagree with my ratings? Always glad to hear it. Always a fun debate. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.